What's going on, guys and gals? Paul here with 299 Tactical. We're back out on the range again for the first time this year, actually. So I got a slow start. I want to apologize for not having a steady stream of content for you guys. Ran out, unfortunately, wintertime last year, and this is the first time we've been able to actually get out to the range and enjoy it. The weather's not perfect today, but we're working with what we got. So we're going to go forward again with more accuracy testing on the SCAR. So everything with the SCAR is exactly the same as it was the last time we came out, except I did actually put a Timney drop-in trigger in it. So it's a 3.5 pound single stage drop-in unit. I got it on sale around Christmas time for a screaming deal, so I couldn't pass it up. I know a lot of guys out there have already criticized me for picking the Timney versus the Geisley, but it is what it is. The Timney suits my needs much better than the Geisley, and it's about the same overall pull weight. So we're going to go with that and run it and see how it goes. So what we're working with today, we have approximately 10 different loads that we're going to run through the gun today. It's been stockpiling pretty conservatively since the last range trip. So I confirmed zero today with the same stuff I always run, just to confirm zero, just the normal old toolless steel, pretty junky, cheapy ammo. It is what it is, but I'll just use that to confirm zero because we shoot a lot of it. I do have some really cool one-offs this time and some really nice match grade ammo, so we're going to kind of dabble in a little bit of everything today. So the first one I'm going to run is this 148 grain German Milsurp. This is just a full metal jacket, Milsurp 762x51. They also have some of this Indian Milsurp, and I kid you not, string and all, this is exactly how it comes. 145 grain, just a normal full metal jacket, nothing fancy. I really have no idea what to expect with that because I've never ran anything even close to Indian Milsurp, so I have no idea. I ran some Malaysian stuff last time we were out, or 2 times we were out ago, and that ran fantastic, so we'll see what happens. I have some of the SIG Elite Performance ammo. I believe this is 175 grain, so this is going to be a little heavy for the SCAR for the twist ratio that it has, but we'll see how she does with that. Fusion MSR, I believe the same thing. It's 150 grain here. And then over here on this side of the table, what we're going to do on the farthest target is everything is going to be a match grade loading. This is a Remington match. This is a Sierra Match King 168 grain loading, very similar to Federal's Sierra Match King offering. In fact, it's the same bullet. We'll just see if it makes any difference with who loads it. And 3 different types of Hornady, which range in bullet weight as well. They're all match grade as well. So there's Super Performance Match, Super Performance, and just Hornady regular match. So we'll see how she does. They all, like I said, they all vary in bullet weight. So I kind of wanted to pick a couple different things, a couple different styles, and a couple different match grade ammo from across manufacturers just to see does it really make a difference or not, especially since we have 2 that have the exact same bullet in them, just loaded by 2 different companies. So we'll see how it goes. I expect most of these to be right around MOA to like 1.5. That's what we've been seeing a lot of. I know the Match Kings are usually good for about 1.2 when they're loaded by Federal, so we'll see how the Remington does. And then again, the Milsurps, I have no idea what to expect. We're getting into uncharted territories with that, so I have no clue. But I still have more than this at home. I just didn't want to bring out too much at once and try and shoot all these different loads in one day. So I have 3 mags now instead of 1, so it's going to kind of speed the process up, so the groups might open up just a touch from the heat cycling, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to get behind the old girl here, run it, put a couple groups on the target, and then we'll show you the results. And I'll have to wait again, because I always forget my micrometer. I'll have to wait till I get home to measure the groups, and then I'll post that for you guys as well. So let's get shooting. Alright, so I got the German Milsurp loaded up in this thing. We're going to run it and see what we got here. So we'll put a shot down range and just make sure the zero is not too far affected. We'll see what we got. We'll run a couple groups and then pan you guys back in once we get them all done. Looks like we're about a half-inch low from confirmed zero, so that's not too bad. Got to get used to running this this Timney drop-in setup. It's a lot lighter than the old, like mil-spec style trigger that I had in it from the factory, which was piss poor awful especially for what you spend to get one of these. But no excuse, so we'll run it and see what we got. Pan you guys back in when they're all done.
Holy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus is right.
Holy hell, that's right through the center. Yeah. That's got some shit to it too, I'll tell you what. Really? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I could feel it, and I'm not even behind the gun.
Wow.
Rocking the shit out of the gun.
I pulled that one a bit. Wow. Damn, man. Same hole. Holy shit. That's good shit, dude. Alright, guys, so I have got to admit, this Indian Milsurp stuff that I have, we just blew it out of the water. Easily an MOA group. I mean, I pulled one of the shots, so it's on me, not on the gun, but it is absolutely phenomenal. The first one I put in the chamber, though, I will admit, it had a light primer strike, which some people say apparently they have trouble with that with the Timney drop-in units with steel case stuff, or like it's more particularly Russian loading. So the Tula is obviously Russian, but I put it back in the gun, shot it again, it was fine, and then we had no issues with any of the other ones since then, the other 5 that we ran. So I don't think we're going to have any issues going forward. It smacked the hell out of the primer and actually put a dimple so hard in it that it started to flatten the primer into the case, and it didn't go off. So I feel like it's probably an ammo failure, not the actual trigger's fault. So, but as far as accuracy goes, it was absolutely phenomenal. So far, the 3 we've ran, it's by far the most accurate. So we're going to keep on going forward here, and now we're going to move on to some of the SIG Elite performance stuff. So we'll see how that is. A lot of people praise that online, so we'll run it and see what happens. Good Lord. Alright guys, so I apologize how poor the lighting is here and how poor the overall quality of this is going to be. But like I said, I wanted to film the actual group sizes when I got home. Once I measured them with the micrometer, you have to bear with me here. I'm going to do the best I can to go over this with you guys just in the same order that I did, basically with all the other targets. So before I get down to each group, I want to say that pretty much it has shown the same trend throughout all the other groups with match rate ammo, about the same size groups. So we'll run it down here one at a time and just talk about a little bit each one and see what happened. So we'll just start up here on the top left. Remington, 168 grain, Sierra Match Kings. Like I said, been a pretty known good out of the SCAR, hanging about 1.2 MOA or so for the most part. No different here. No different than Federal's offering. Again, like I said, it's the same bullet. It's just loaded by Remington. So came in at 1.361 inches. So not bad at all for a battle gun. So I will take that. Moving on. Got the Hornady 150 grain SSTs. It's 1.685 inches, 5-shot group. Kind of had one hanging out way up here. You can't really see because the paper was blown back, but it did kind of scorch the paper when I went through there, and that's where the center of this one would have been. So I measured from center to center there at the widest point. We'll scoot over here to the Hornady 308 168 grain ELD match. Pretty much more of the same. 5-shot group, 1.402 inches. So not bad at all, pretty respectable. Moving on to the other Hornady offering that I used, that would have been the 308 155 grain AMAX pill that they had packed in that. That was 2.19 inches. So I had no luck shooting the AMAX bullets in any Hornady case so far, and this one is no exception. 2.190 inches, not really that great. I know the SCAR is capable of much better than that. So finishing up here with a known good, comparing this to just about every bullet that I've shot yet, I will agree with Tim at Military Arms Channel. It's kind of the golden standard for the SCARs for match rate ammo. Sierra Match Kings from Federal, 168 grain, 5-shot group at 1.318 inches, and I believe that was the best group that I shot out of all the ammo. Again, pretty consistent around 1.2 or so MOA, like I said before. So, no different. Moving on. Got a couple more here. Got 5 more to go. The Tula, this was just confirming 0 because this is the junk that I shoot out of it just to kind of plink around and have fun with, and also just make sure I'm on paper in the right spot every time. So this is a 10-shot group, just warming up, got the gun out of the bag and started shooting it. Again, new trigger, not really making any excuses, but 3.72 inches, 10-shot group at 100 yards. Again, that's pretty crappy ammo, so nothing to really complain about there. Biggest disappointment we had the entire time, SIG Elite Performance Ammo, 308, 175 grain match ammo, 3.389 inches. So that was an extremely awful group. Hell, the Tula was a 10-shot group and was just about the same as the SIG Elite Performance. So that was a huge letdown to me, and that's why right there you don't believe everything you read online, because everybody who uses that stuff praises by it. But I'm sure they're mostly SIG fanboys, and you know, SIG fanboys only love their SIGs. So sorry if that hurt anybody's feelings, but it's the damn truth. We'll move on up here to the Indian Milsurp, which is where I thought I got a phenomenal group. I even actually mentioned that on camera, but not the case. We had a couple flyers, one down low, one to the left, but there is 3 up there in that top right group, and that's all within about 3/4 of an inch. So one of them flew through when the paper was peeled back and didn't leave a mark, obviously. But I can assure you there was 5 shots there. Came in at 2.713 inches. So overall, about mil-spec ammo. So not bad, not bad. I'll take it. And the other Milsurp we shot was the German Milsurp. Same thing, 2.622 inches, 5-shot group, 100 yards. I expected a little bit more from that just because of the overall cost of it for Milsurp ammo, but it was alright. And we're going to wrap it up here with the Fusion. 150 grain MSR, which is modern sporting rifle ammo, came in at 1.833 inches, 5-shot group at 100 yards. So it's not too terrible either there for some pretty cheap stuff overall. It's not bad. Overall, to wrap this up, guys, I have just about concluded my testing with the Scar. I'm not quite done yet. I would like to run a few more loads. I have about 8 to 10 more loads that I got my eye on that I want to run through it, and that includes some more like one-off stuff from like Black Hills, Gorilla Ammo, and a couple other one-off manufacturers that are not so popular for like off-the-shelf ammo. So we'll stretch it out a little bit more with that and see what we got, and that'll pretty much be the last session. And then I'll do a couple more things with it just to kind of see if it makes any difference, whether shooting from the prone makes any difference. I just got a brand new Atlas bipod for it, so that should help a lot. I'll get a lot more bite on the table, and I'll have a much better, firmer bipod. So that should help a lot, especially with recovery. But we will see. So the last thing I wanted to mention before I sign off here is that I have the date. It was 70 degrees outside that day and 87% humidity. As always, I always write that in the side of the paper so that way you guys know for future reference, because at the end, when I do my last test, we'll run through this whole thing. We'll stack it all up. We'll have every single target out. We'll go over every single group that I've shot on camera, and we'll compare them all, and then we'll do an average calculation to see where the Scar kind of hangs out with match ammo and then everything else that was not match ammo. So appreciate you guys watching. Please keep tuning in, and I appreciate your support. If you feel like I did a good job on this, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, turn on your content notifications bell so that way you get notifications when I upload. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.